Hello, and a sincere welcome back to everyone. My name's Catherine Reed, and I'm the School Counseling Systems Specialist in the district. I'm here to provide an overview of the social and emotional learning that we'll be engaged in this year. For the past few years, as a staff, we've been collectively building a foundation for comprehensive social and emotional learning. And right now, the connection between trauma, SEL, and equity is even more visible as we approach teaching in a year like no other. We know that the research tells us that students' responses to stress, anxiety, and trauma can affect their ability to self regulate, along with their relationships with teachers, ultimately impacting their engagement in school. The research tells us that comprehensive SEL works when implemented through embedding teaching practices, integrating within teaching and learning, and by actively instructing students in the skills they need to be ready to learn and work together. The district has a plan for that comprehensive social and emotional learning. We'll continue to examine the Castle model and apply it purposefully in embedded teaching practices that acknowledge the importance of social interaction in learning by actively welcoming each student and giving equitable opportunities for students to be heard. We'll increase explicit instruction of SEL skills to proactively set students up for success in school and life. We'll engage in data that captures the state of our work and will continue to strengthen the responsive services available to students. Maybe most importantly, success with SEL depends on the well being and social and emotional skills of all of our staff. We'll continue to explore ways to support staff resilience and well being as foundational to effective practice. Today, we're faced with unique teaching circumstances, uncertainty for the future, trauma, and many other unknowns. As we re enter the classroom, our work depends on helping students feel safe, supported, and comfortable. We have a plan for focused SEL in September to acknowledge and manage the needs of students. The disruptions and challenges of 2020 have impacted all of us, and for many of us, in significant and lasting ways. Everything has changed and will likely change again. We'll be uncomfortable. And while you and I are using every skill for resiliency that we have, many students do not have support or resources to be resilient. Along with the reassurance of physiological safety, we'll be helping students to process the events of 2020, recognize and understand their own emotions, and to learn strategies to manage themselves and learn best in these unusual circumstances. The plan for our first weeks of school includes a trauma informed social and emotional approach that recognizes this impact and the needs of everyone in the building. Starting with adults, please take care of yourself. Find ways to practice wellness daily to fortify yourself. Participate in opportunities to process the events of 2020 and strengthen your connections to your work community. We'll provide intentional SEL opportunities using district supported resources and lessons. These lessons will be consistent across grade bands at the elementary level, and they can be adapted to the level of your student. The middle and high school will offer learning opportunities appropriate to their students' needs and development. We'll continue to lead students using powerful practices that promote supportive adult student and peer relationships, teaching practices that welcome and acknowledge student voices and offer opportunities to pause, reflect, and connect, foster better relationships and positive classroom culture. When crafted intentionally for your student needs, you can embed supportive SEL every day. The activities that are provided are accessible and straightforward, supporting student wellness and teaching key skills as they re engage with peers and return to learning. The power in this approach is consistency. Finally, future universal explicit SEL instruction will follow periodic surveys measuring where students are and responding to what they need in order to learn and work and play together. Your building student services and admin team, along with the school improvement team, will be supporting this work. As you review the focus for the first weeks of school, please direct your questions to your building principal or your student services team members. Thank you again and have a happy and healthy start to the school year.